But one out of 4 women are basically claiming that their baby daddy is not their baby daddy. That's insane. That's crazy number.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about this Diddy situation a little bit because we here.
You know, I got invited to his mansion before.
What?
What was it?
Never before seen information.
Did you go?
Yeah,
And Jessica's just really good at diagnosing. Like,
you know why?
No.
Because the people that can diagnose people, they got the most diagnosis.
Ready to mind.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna just put it up.
Welcome to the Mind Over Matter podcast. Imagine a dinner party where every seat is filled with someone who shifts the way you think, move, and build. At this table, no topic is off limits. Pull up a chair and meet your co-host. This is Mind Over Matter, and we saved you a seat. What's up, y'all? This is Brianna Moore. I am here with a new...
He got blue boys.
You may have seen a few of these faces around the city. We are the Mind Over Matter podcast. We have none other than Troi, who you've seen on my platform before, an entrepreneur and influencer. I call him a supermodel. Jessica P. Hill, a licensed therapist specializing in mental health and emotional well-being of Black men. Lamarr, a serial entrepreneur whose story proves you can be both a boss in the process of healing. And I'm Brianna.
What?
Look, all right. Look, ChatGPT got me saying all this stuff.
Oh, they did that?
Yeah, they did good. Didn't they? You want to know what they said? What they really said about you? I cut it off. It said a father, an influencer, and entrepreneur who's turned his pain into purpose. That's what they know. I know they got you. Yeah, I know. I just said that.
Look. He ready to put that in his bio. He ready to change his modeling bio.
Big facts.
Oh my gosh.
Pain into purpose.
Big facts, yeah. And I'm Brianna, real estate investor, podcaster, and believer in healing while building per ChatGPT. So today, y'all, we are doing a little pilot of what's to come.
Big pilot.
A little sneak peek, if you will. And of course, July is Men's Mental Health Month. So
It's June.
June. Shit, my bad. June is Men's Mental Health Month. We'll cut that part out. May is Mental Health Month, though. Like
May
just
is
regular
mental
Mental Health
health
Month.
June is Men's Mental Health Month.
It's Men's Mental Health Month. So
Men always last. Men always last.
well,
We don't heal the world for
That's crazy.
Men who go last, bro.
hey,
Troi Fatty.
I didn't even know it was a Men's Mental Health Month. Like, let's just, I don't know. Is that like a
Nobody
They just
knows.
started it. That's something new.
Nobody
just
knows.
started.
No thing.
They said we gonna heal
Only
the
thing I knew
world
about was
first.
autism month.
Autism,
Yeah.
LGBTQ month, Black
June is
History
Men's
Month.
Mental Health.
Yeah. So today
crazy.
we gonna talk a little bit about the silent battles that Black men face, why therapy is often the last resort, and how healing and hustle can coexist. And of course, y'all know, like, we are a bit of a gregarious bunch, so we gonna keep you laughing and smiling. Hopefully some we say can kind of spark a change or some type of healing within yourself. So now we have Jessica here. So I think this is perfect that we got 2 Black men here coming up on Black Men's Mental Health Month, and you guys are both very healed, I feel like. Unless I don't know, y'all working on it.
Yeah, in the process of
Self-aware.
in process of
process
it.
of
Yeah, we
healing.
self-aware.
I don't think you can never be truly like
Healed,
Healed,
like
yeah.
for sure. It's always a problem. I got you. But just from conversations, like, y'all are very aware of yourself. Like Troi, you and your daughter, you talk about her like she's a princess. You know, you talk about your mom and the women in your life like they're queens. And just from, Lamarr, when we've had conversations, it just seems like you just know yourself. Like you out here, you know what you want to do. You be in Italy, you be in everywhere, getting money, getting to the bag. You a pilot now. I don't know. Like, this man is.
That's the Aries in them, man.
Yeah.
Now you be in Italy.
You be in Italy, and Jessica's just really good at diagnosing. Like, I feel like you can look at a man and be like, yeah, you depressed.
You know why?
No.
Because the people that can diagnose people, they got the most diagnosis.
Ready to mind.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna just put it out there.
But I think that's
No.
no, because I think that
Will Jocelyn said the mama is the grandbaby. She said her mama is the baby.
Their mama is the baby. No, but I think that is such like a misconception of therapy of like, you just diagnosing people. Like, I'm telling you, I cut it off. Like, I literally cut it off. My personal life, my boundaries, and people always ask like, how does this work with you dating? And I said, honestly, like, it sucks a lot because I feel like men get over with a lot more because I have such a strong boundary of not wanting to bring my work to my personal life. So my friend's like, girl, do you think it's a little? And I'm like, well, it maybe not because I'm trying not to like merge the two. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. I never talked to a therapist about dating.
Wow.
That is,
It's tough.
Well, let's start off with a few different questions. I'm gonna just aim these at Troi and Lamarr. All right. Your first real encounter. First of all, yes or no? Have any of you ever had an encounter with mental health or therapy?
Yeah, I go to therapy now.
Okay. Troi, have you ever seen a therapist?
No, I haven't.
No, okay. Well, why not? Why haven't you seen a therapist?
'Cause I do a lot of things like to depress my to work my own mental out for real. So I do like a lot of like sound healing and stuff like that. And I even have like sometimes shroom trips and stuff, so I could just face my own fears and stuff. But I just haven't found the right therapist for me, for real. Okay. I think I've been stuck in grind mode for real. To be like to look for a person that would fit me. You know?
That's a good. I mean, I'm interested to see how Jessica feels about you not going to therapy.
I don't think that therapy has to be something that's for everyone. I think that it has become more of a trending topic now where it's like everybody goes to therapy. And the reality of it is that therapy is not for everyone, especially traditional talk therapy. There's so many different other holistic approaches, like you mentioned, that you do sound healing. And so I think that it's about what works for you, because like I said, like some people sitting in front of somebody for 50 minutes once a week is not enough. So you have to find that thing that works best for you. And I think that for you, it's just more of a holistic approach versus like the traditional narrative talk therapy. So I think it's okay.
Okay, I like it. And Lamarr, what made you seek therapy?
I think at the time when I was seeking therapy, I didn't have a solidified relationship with God. So I kind of like, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm getting a response. But now it's like, now in my therapy journey, I can talk to God more about what I'm going through. So I suffered from survivor's remorse. So I feel like, as Troi said, at first, until I found a therapist that understood the lifestyle of a black man being in inner city and losing friends and, selling drugs and doing the things that we have went through, the understanding part had to be there. You had to you kind of had to know or come from that same background for me to even open up for you to understand what I'm saying. So that trauma. So I think for now that me going to therapy has opened me up to now not be so convicted or judged going to church. Because at first I thought church was being perfect. But now when I feel that I know I'm imperfect, but I'm still accepted, then I don't go for who's there. I go for me.
Yeah. I love it.
And I want to add something to that too, though. As far as like never having therapy, when I think about it, I do have it, but not like the professional kind.
In the traditional sense.
Yeah, like my elders, like my father and my grandfather, like Lamarr was saying, made me think about like they've been through a lot of things that I've been through. So I'm able to talk to them about what I'm going through now, which help ease what I'm going through a lot. So I think I have therapy like family.
I think it's interesting too because both of you guys have a background where y'all were in the hood at one time. I don't know how to say that. Nice. I mean, like you know what I mean?
I would say we got conformed to our environment. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah. And yes, absolutely. But I just think that like mental health wasn't something that was like talked about back then. It was just like you hustling, you trying to make it to the next week. A lot of times young men are seen as like little kings in their houses. So like you're providing for people who are half your age. I don't know if this is what y'all have been through or not. I'm just thinking like as far as mental health, you seen as crazy when you seek that. Like, it's not something that you just go for automatically.
Yeah, I think we get thrown a lot of stuff at us as far as like getting lost into like with the culture. Think it's cool, so we don't even think about it. So like when you get money and stuff, it's like I'm hustling. Shit, we going out partying. We getting bottles. So, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get girls. We gonna do a trip. I'm gonna buy some jewelry. So it's like you don't have any time to reflect on. Damn, I just went through this. Like saying my homeboy just dying. You stuck in that moment for like that week. And it's like you get to a point where like niggas die every day. You know what I'm saying? That's like a saying like niggas get shot every day. So like it kind of like what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of accepted what we signed up for. Yeah. So it's like you don't have no room to get emotional about it.
Yeah, it becomes a normality. But I think after a while, because as we grow and meet, like me and Troi, we entrepreneurs, we doing business, so we keeping ourselves busy. But at the same time, I feel like we deal with the anger problem. And then how do we exert our anger? So we go into the gym. But after a while, it's like you go into the gym deals with us at a certain point. It's like the gym doesn't do it decompresses, but it don't like it doesn't deal with the issue. So I think that's where I got to the point. Like I'm going to the gym every day for years, and then it's like, all right, I'm still mad. So it's like, all right, now it's like, all right, how much decompression you gonna do? Then when you get tired of going to the club and you keep tired of drinking, and then it's like it's doing this. That's the same thing as what the gym do. So now it's like, all right, you're not evolving. So now it's like, all right, you feel like you're still in the same place, and it's been years and years and years. So it's like, how do you unpack or get all the I guess the trauma you didn't trauma dumped and covered it up on yourself. So now you go into the gym and you just putting more dirt on it. So now it's kind of like after a while, certain aspects of certain things in life can now trigger that dirt. So now it's like when it does erupt, how do you maintain and how do you manage? You don't have that. You can't go back to the gym because it's gonna do the same exact thing. So it's kind of like when you finally get that point, it's like, all right. And I think it happened for me having a son, and it was like, all right, now I got to do better for my son. I got to be better for him. So now, how can I be better for him if I'm still dealing with the things that's over here?
Yeah, and you said the word erupt too. Yeah. Like I know that as a therapist who mainly deals with Black men, I'm sure you hear about that a lot. Yeah. So I wanted you to respond to what Lamarr is saying, but also like maybe some take-home items for the audience.
Yeah, so essentially what a lot of people don't know, and men specifically, I see that anger is a secondary emotion. And so the root of that is oftentimes like fear, pain, hurt, all of the things. So if you're not taught to feel that first as a little kid, it's like you get mad. Like men are not often given the space to feel that emotion that women are, to cry because I'm hurt. So anger is the only thing that you know. So like you said, like you going to the gym, it's like I'm still mad because we're really not unpacking the root of what's going on. And when we can get to that, that's where the real healing can come, because it's like, now I feel peace. Now I feel like a sense of relief because I'm actually talking about the real thing, because I'm really not angry. It's just the only emotion that I know how to express. And that's the best way that I feel like I can just get it out and still be a man in the process. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And then of course, we got to talk about this Diddy situation a little bit because we here and this is a very like healing, soulful episode. And just paying attention. I don't think I've talked to a lot of men about this situation. Like I don't have it.
I got invited to his mansion before.
What? Never before seen information.
Did you go?
Yeah, I was supposed to be in his music video. He had dropped the album like 2 years ago or a year ago.
Yeah.
Love Johnson. So it was in Malibu.
Oh, this was recent.
Yeah, they had reached out to me like, I don't know. Somebody had got sick or something like that, but I was like their first selection to pick. You know what I'm saying? So they reached out to my manager, but it was in California. I was in Richmond. And I was going to go. I don't give a fuck.
What was you going to be doing?
I just can't find out. I would have been like one of them, the servers or something like that. Like no shirt server.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, they might have got you.
Still a gangster. I ain't going.
But I mean, we ain't know. I feel like, at that point, we ain't know what was really going on.
Yeah. No, we knew. Nah.
You think? You knew? I didn't know.
Nah, for real. Yeah.
You knew?
I mean, it's an unwritten. I've heard it's like an unwritten kind of like.
It's a lot.
I mean, you in the industry, so it's like I heard it's an unwritten rule of like.
You don't really talk about it. People talk about it. Because like you said, they normalize a lot of this stuff. Like
That's just like you can do a line in a club in LA and ain't nobody gonna you do that in Richmond, they gonna be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
Yeah. It's really that deep though. Like it be, like they don't be exaggerating a lot of stuff. Like it be like that for real.
Interesting. And it was a situation where it was a guy, I guess he was an escort, and anyways, he ended up doing whatever with Cassie, what Diddy was watching, and he sent the photo of it. Neither of y'all are married, but are y'all married?
No.
Y'all not married. Okay, y'all dating though.
No.
Why you always doing
Okay,
that?
Lamarr not dating. Troi is dating. But he sent a picture of an act to his wife to say, like, just to prove, because he couldn't fathom what was going on. Like, I'm really here with Diddy and Cassie, like, but I don't want you to think I'm cheating. Like, I'm really on a job.
He gave him pay.
But he was doing stuff.
Yeah, he was an
acts?
escort. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, if you've been following the trial, Diddy is, like, I think is a voyeurist or something. So he likes to watch people have sex.
It's called a cuck. What it called, cuck?
Is cuckolding, but it's the other word for, I guess, the specific person is a voyeurist.
Okay.
But the action to, like, watch it, that means you were cuckolding.
Because when I was in Atlanta, somebody said they wanted me to be the bull. Let's do the escort.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You got asked to be the bull.
Yeah, be the bull. So that the husband was supposed to have watched me do it.
You was the bull.
I ain't do that shit.
I mean, that's interesting.
Was you the bull? Why you say no?
So what?
Why did you say no?
That weird shit. Like,
No, I think that is very mental health challenging to just sit there. I mean, I can get it how some people be like, well, y'all watch, because I've heard this. Well, y'all watch porn. They'd be like, yeah, but it's not the same.
Cut that off. Boom, it's done.
Yeah. I was like, not my wife. Y'all, it's up.
Yeah,
it's
no, men are a lot more. I feel men can't really handle the cheating. I feel like women get over cheating a little bit better than men. Absolutely.
I ain't gonna say that.
Like, if you self-aware and know like what you have done as well, then you like, okay.
And I feel like this.
Really?
Yeah, if you self-aware and you know who you are, because I feel like if you know who you are and a girl cheat on you, it's like you did me a favor. Especially like I feel like men like me and Troi, we got stuff. You ain't gonna find too many of us. It's like, so I feel like, you know, if you already the hot commodity in a sense, or like you're the tier, you're the prize. I feel I feel like all men are the prize, but we can talk about that later. But I feel like if you already know you are where you are and you know who you are, and if you cheat on me, it's like you didn't hurt me. Yeah. You kind of hurt yourself, because I'm doing this genuinely. Like, I'm genuinely messing with you. I don't have to. I think that's the difference. People don't be realizing I don't have to mess with you. What you go ahead and say something. I want you to say something, because I saw your face when I said men are the prize. When me and Troi said men are the prize.
I don't think that y'all not the prize, but I think she was speaking more of like how you handle the cheating. Like,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's cheating regardless. It's like it's like, okay, you cheated on me, I'm gonna be upset, but at the end of the day, why am I being bothered when I have what I have going on? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna live a luxury lifestyle and do this and do that.
But that's tangible things, though. Like,
no, but I'm saying, but the thing about it is I'm a catch. So it's like, okay, you gave up the catch. I'm gonna get caught again. What if she a catch too, though? That's fine, but I'm still a catch too. So I'm not worried about nobody else.
But I think that we're speaking like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that she's saying like, okay, let's say a man cheat. Typically, a woman will take a man back after they cheat. But if she cheats, y'all gone. Y'all,
not necessarily.
That's why I said, well, like, especially like if you know that you have done stuff wrong in the past too, you like, I can't do that. That's the type of guy I am. Though. Okay, you know what I'm saying? If I have cheated before, I'm like,
so y'all okay if she cheat back?
If she cheat back, yeah, I'm like, yeah.
I'm not okay with cheating. Period. Like, no.
With it. I'm understanding a certain part. Then it even goes to layers of like who you cheated with. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your level of integrity with it? Even though ain't no integrity in it, but it's like, don't be cheating with.
Don't be cheating with no bum.
Don't be cheating with no. Not even with no bum. I mean, I already.
Or your homeboy. Yeah, so I get. Yeah. Not even your now I got somebody I got to be around.
Now somebody I got to be around. Yeah. You know, we do be in business where I respect is everything. Yeah. So you got me in certain areas I don't know. Mm-hmm. Now they looking at me as less.
And then I got to look at you
crazy. When they already got me as that. Yeah. Now we got a problem now. You know,
because you up one. You up one.
And especially I don't even know it.
Yeah, I'm up one.
Then that's when the anger come out and I got to show aggression or some shit. Like
you adapt him up.
Come on, man. Your girl, man. Yeah. I feel played now. You know, so that's why I don't. I can't go for that, you know.
That's interesting. Social media has been teaching me all wrong about the straight community, and you can. correct me if I'm wrong, because they told me that men that say they the prize they say that it's like giving female tendencies. That's what the internet is saying. I don't know if y'all have seen these posts.
No, I've seen it before, but
They don't have no emotional intelligence.
that's what I'm ready to say.
They don't
Yeah,
have no emotional intelligence.
because
So
I mean,
it's the-
this is the thing. Women have to wait on men to choose them.
That's true. I mean,
So-
hey, in so many words,
So,
that is true.
so you waiting for me to engage? You know, you waiting for me to. You basically, I have to give you the power in a sense. I have to transfer the power to you, but until then, the man controls the power.
Yeah, and I feel like
And I'm talking relationship, not like
No,
in a,
yeah,
in a
okay,
relationship
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Not in a
clean that
sexual
up real
sense.
good.
In a sexual
No,
sense, the
no.
woman got the you guys allow you to end. But I'm saying on a relationship status, it's like women wait 10, 20 years before the dude propose. I've seen it. We've seen it happen all the time.
Every day.
That's fast.
Yeah, and women will stay, and the man is not even like he ain't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah,
yeah, and I think it's situational as well too, though, because like I said, we like to catch a lot of time here because the stuff that we do, you know, but it is some women that's catch too, though. You know what I'm saying? That we got to put our A game on too if we want to obtain that as well. So it matter on the person what they got going for themselves, or just the person they are, though, because sometimes it's not all about what you have, like I said, tangible, or what you're doing, like influence and power. You might just got an awesome spirit, awesome soul that's like that trumps everything. You know? Yeah. So it depends on the situation, the person.
Okay.
Yeah, but most of the times we like 95%. We like 95% of the times.
And I think the post, what I've been seeing is like women are like fighting this whole thing, or like men saying these things, and instead of looking at it like, no, they're acknowledging like their worth. They're looking at it like, oh, y'all trying to be dated. Y'all trying to be the ones that's being dated, or like that's been the connotation of what I've been seeing. Like
it's more like they want,
like they want to be you want to be the little spoon. Like you want to be,
or you want me to pay for dinner. You want me to,
like
I feel like that's
Take you
manipulation,
out.
though. I be feeling like it'd be pure manipulation.
Because a good woman, they'll pay for dinners on their own sometimes too, though.
And I know women that'll definitely be like, "Hey, look, let me take you out."
Yeah, for sure. Though. Yeah.
I think we talk about more so like first date, like y'all just started.
that's what it's. That's
talking.
what.
No, first date.
They
What?
be like that. Yeah. They
Literally,
apply pressure.
first date, the prize. I'm telling you, that's how you know. That's how you know when you're dealing with a real woman that's
Okay.
on. You know that she's.
Teach me.
She look. You know when a woman know what they want, just like a dude know what he want.
Right.
When I know what I want, I'm in that mode. I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Women have that same, quality.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like now, it's like since women are now becoming, because they're in their own identity, they're
Right.
on their own individuals. Yeah, I don't feel like it's no gender role, to be real with you. I feel like it's just straight. I don't feel like it's no gender role.
Outside of protecting, though. That's
Yeah, but I'm talking about like I said, in the engagement.
Yeah. Because the world's so different nowadays. Because you
That's
can
true.
have women that make way more than men. So it's like,
Yeah.
how am I going to ever compete with it? In order I want to compete with that, because you're doing something that you love or for your passion, but my passion might not pay as much as that. So how can I combat that? So you gotta get out of like generalizing that whole like topic for real, because everybody's situation is different with it.
Yeah, I
And
was
it-
just about to say that.
Yeah, and then but the money thing, I feel like whoever can handle the money the best should manage the money.
Sure.
It's not just like, oh, you the man, so we gonna know. It's like I'm financially, I have the best credit score. I have I'm got the most savings account. It don't mean, because I know people that don't make a lot of money, but I know they probably got more savings than me.
Yeah.
But I'm an investor, so it's like my savings. I don't sit money in the bank. So if I spend 50,000, I'm just gonna spend 50,000 to make 100,000. So it ain't gonna just sit in the bank. But it's like it just depends on how you operate. And I feel like that's why I say I don't feel like it's a gender role.
Yeah. Because like once you get to the level with like everybody like on top of their stuff, they don't really be into that. Like you like women that have money and stuff, they don't really care too much about that. Unless you take care of yourself, handle your stuff right, or even have ambition, like you want to do something and be goal oriented, they can see that, And just like how you treat them now, you know what I'm saying? How you acknowledge them and how you carry yourself outside, because you a representation of each other.
It's definitely a pivot now, because back in the day, the women I don't feel like marriage, and I've said this before, I don't feel like marriage was created for the woman to be happy. It was created as a value of exchange, to exchange this man's daughter for X amount of land. So it was so the man
That heathen days.
that man, but
I mean, that's what it started with. Yeah, that's
That's what it started with.
Yeah.
That bled over. Women couldn't have a bank account in until the 60s. Like, that's not that long ago. So you needed a man to be the provider. A lot of times the man was,
But I think that's what kind of
making the most
crippled the
money.
dating market because of the accessibility to do things on independently.
Yeah.
So it's like now some women can't transition to being the woman.
It's hard
Yeah.
to.
It's just like, no, I got my own. And
Yep.
it's like, we're not talking about material things.
Yeah.
And
We're not
that's
talking
so
about
hard
material
these days
things.
with that because like they're stuck into me. It like it's beat into our head.
Yeah.
It's society.
It's
like,
the culture,
this,
though.
This,
The culture.
the music.
Yeah.
Like that's like they set the standard of it. And it's like that's not even realistic. You know.
And I hate
go
I was gonna say
ahead.
I hate the conversation like I don't need a man because I'm like we do.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to take the trash out.
Absolutely.
We don't have to have gender roles for a lot of stuff, but like certain stuff I don't want to do.
Yeah.
And not even just about like those types of things, but like to what you're saying, like the independent women do not know, like that submission conversation is so tough because I feel like a lot of women don't know what it means to submit, especially in the godly sense. So you're looking at it in a sense of like, I'm weak. And so because I have become so independent and I can hold my own, I don't need a man. And I think like one of the dopest podcasts I was looking at, Dear Future Wifey with Latarius Whitfield, he was talking with Sarah Jakes Roberts, and she was talking about, like, she said a statement that I feel like most women would never say, but it breathed so much life into me. She was talking about her now husband, and she was like, she needed him as much as she needed her next breath. And it was like, and when she explained it, like all I could think about is like how so many women be like, oh my God, that's crazy. You don't need no man like that. But the way that she was breaking it down, it was like, no, my assignment is connected to this man. My alignment and what God has for us is connected. So who am I to sit here and allow my independence to just stand in the way of what my alignment is supposed to be? And I was like, wow, like this is so, it was just mind blowing to me because I'm just like, so many women, we have gotten to that space and it's great, it's wonderful, but we have lost the essence of like, no, we need this. We need our better half.
And I think a lot of it is reflective of how women see their mom's relationship for real. Because I know like a lot of women I deal with when the father not not involved, it's like they want to, like you said, assert their dominance. Like, what you mean? If I'm asking you where you at, I'm not asking to be nosy where you at. I'm just like, I got to protect the man. I'm just making sure you good.
Make sure
and
you're
like,
good.
if you say you here and then you call me somewhere else and you didn't let me know, I'm just making sure you good. I don't care about nothing. Like, have fun, do that. But people think like you trying to control them or something. Like, but it's not that. They're not used to that, having a father to even check on them and stuff like that. So like, and then even when they have like maybe a weaker father and the mama runs it, they think they could bring that to their marriage. You know what I'm saying? With a guy like me, I'm like, I'm not going for that. You know what I'm saying? So like strong men in the
that
family,
masculinity
like, it matters,
tactic.
you know?
Yeah.
Because like those wives that do submit to their husband, their daughters use the same way because they look at their dad as like superheroes, so they know how to treat a man a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah. But we also got, we're going to take a little break in a second. But I think the thing is also like women saw a lot of women suffer, like grandmas, moms. We saw them getting cheated on. We saw them, unfortunately, sometimes in domestic situations. So it's just like, when you see that, it skews your perception of a man. And then a good man like you guys come in, and it's like you kind of getting sprayed from the last type of situation.
I think we pinpoint too much on the man because the women do stuff too as well, and that's why I learned as being a man growing up and looking at my father and mom's situation. My mom wasn't always right with a lot of stuff too. She did her own stuff too. So we always say men cheat. And I ain't saying like my mom cheated or nothing like that, but women do too as well though. So we can't just say that's the key point of it. It just, they want emotional intelligence with each other. Like they both want emotional intelligence to know what their flaws and what they were though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The man does get a lot of heat because, when you talk about like daddy going to the store to get milk and don't never come back, it's usually a lot of times, so in situations that are amplified, it's usually the man that don't come back. So maybe, I don't know if those situations are just amplified or
because the woman won't go into the store getting the milk. She was at home cooking.
But you look at my situation, the rest when we got some milk.
I feel like it's transition. I feel like
so it's like
the older days have super transitioned. Like women are not afraid to hit you with the peace sign, regardless of whatever attachment you got to the man. Like in his situation, so it's like that happens more often than not. But the thing that I like to always bring up is what happens the most, and I hate it because I've just had a homeboy that had this situation. Women putting kids on men that they know they not the daddy of.
Ooh, that's a whole.
That's a whole.
That's a whole.
Wait a minute.
But no, I'm saying
that's true,
that.
though.
But I think that's the most traumatizing thing as for black men now. So it's like and I feel like it's always, like you always say, it's always an underlined cause for certain things. And I'm not speaking or condoning whatever happened in the past, but I feel like in this era now, we have so many traumatic things that like men can't talk about that women have done to men or your mama did to you, and it has not. You have not gotten out of that, so it has translated. So I feel like, but that's the number one thing, and I feel like that happened a lot back in the day, but it wasn't spoke on either.
Right.
So you can say like a lot of men had a lot of babies out here outside of their marriage, but a lot of women had babies in the marriage, in the house, and the man raised them, and that is the crazy part. Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, your daddy had work at the mill or wherever he had Philip Morris, and you in the house, and your neighbor coming over or this dude coming over, and you think because y'all been having intercourse this whole time is you. That's not your child. And that's happened a lot. Like my mom, this is, I can speak for this because my grandmother is no longer living. Her father is no longer living. But so when she found out that her daddy is not her daddy.
Damn. Yeah. Your grandma?
My mom found out that her father, who her mother told her was her daddy, is not her daddy.
Not her father. And
it was somebody that's close to her, so it's a relationship where they call each other cousins. It's his daddy.
Oh, no.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like we love to speak on the man, but I think we all together we need to stop focusing on the negative aspect for one. But the thing of it is just that the other side need to be spoken on too, because it's not just like, and they won't no DNA test back then and that. But it's too embarrassing. Yeah, I hate.
But I think even now, it's funny we talking about this because me and my best friend, she had just randomly, we always have like random conversations, and she asked me, she was like, "Do you think that every person should get a DNA test in the hospital?" I said, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm like, because I don't care if we married, whatever, because it's like, even now, if you're married, you are going on that child's birth certificate, whether that child is yours or not.
In the state of Virginia.
In the state of Virginia, you literally, if you are married, you are going on that child's birth certificate. And I'm like, I think that it should be, because I could say whomever. I could say, oh, you the child's father and you didn't raise me for 18 years, and then find out that it's not your child.
Not
I think every single person
it's one out of, but it's 1 out of 4 in the United States right now.
And so one obligated, like once you sign, like you said,
but one out of 4
that is a lot.
Women are basically claiming that their baby daddy is not their baby daddy. That's insane. That's crazy number. Yeah. And then not just that, but we do have situations at the hospital where they mix the babies up. So I definitely believe DNA testing, especially for black babies, because the care is not the same. So it's like you be having, they just had a black girl. I think well, I'm talking about one that was just like national. I think she was in South Carolina, Atlanta. That she's turning 18 and she had to do some blood work, and the mama that's her mama is not her mama. So it's like y'all done mixing the babies up, and then the other mama got or they kidnapping. So it's kind of like, I think DNA testing definitely need to be that. But it's like, I know some people, especially for the man, we get emotionally connected to the child because we are the protector, we are the provider. You can't. I'm not waiting till I'm 3, he 4, he 5. And found this kid not mine. He got either my name or he's already embedded in my family. How do you disconnect that relationship from family? Because it's like I can't tell my mama not to love this child if that's not if this not mine. Yeah. When she didn't, it's insane.
Embarrassing. I went through that, John. That's the reason I went to Norfolk State. Went through it, and I found out the day after Christmas. It won't man. It changed my whole mentality for a long time. It just cause like I said, the embarrassment level. Now everybody see, you know what I'm saying, like where the baby at. Even to when me playing football, the coach is like, where the kid at? I'm like,
oh my God.
And that made me force me to want to have another kid on my own because I was used to that feeling.
Right.
So it's like that junk. It mentally it's traumatizing.
This was before your daughter?
It's before my daughter. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So when I was in 18, so my whole senior year, I thought I had a baby on the way. Like from after February.
High school.
High school. So my senior year, I thought I had a baby on the way. So college, I'm thinking I'm grinding the whole. Sometimes I can get big. I can go to the league, something like that. Then that following semester, the first semester, that Christmas break, found out the baby wasn't mine.
How old was the baby?
The baby, she was born in November. So November, December. So she's like a month and a half.
Yeah, I'm talking about this dude I know, baby 3.
Man, dude, I know
That's
the
crazy.
baby was 9.
Whew.
The kid was 9.
I think I'll lose my mind.
And the moms know. The moms know.
I think I would lose my
moms
mind.
know. After
Like
a while, they can tell,
you know who you allowed,
Yeah.
in you. So it's like, I'm just
No,
being
no, for real.
No, I'm just being for real because I mean, it's like if you know you out here,
Yeah.
you need to you gotta you can't put a baby on a man.
Yeah.
That's like because we can't do the same to you. We gotta own up and just take the responsibility. So if y'all want us to be man and say, all right, this is my child, I'm gonna make sure that they good. You can't just throw it on somebody because that person might be the best option. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh yeah, exactly Troi might go to the NFL. It's Troy's, but it was so and so's.
Yeah.
That's messed. I think that's more traumatized. That's the worst. That's my worst fear ever. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably my worst fear.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're gonna take a break and reset and make sure that Lamarr got his delivery from Instacart.
Oh no,
and we'll be right back. You canceled it?
It was taking forever. It was taking forever.